Shalom. I'm going to start out this video by giving all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shah Bahashem, Rachah Kodash. I want to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone at Ruel, and peace, blessings, and salutations to the elect scattered abroad. It's your brother, you want to come up with another listen through the spirit of Yahweh Bahashem Yahshua. Lord willing, this video is edifying. And, I just wanted to bring this lesson out through the spirit. How about Shemel Shah? Because, you have a lot of people, you got a lot of people right now, thinking that 2021 is going to be better just because, the year is changing. They think that, it's going to be, better times than what we're seeing right now. But they're wrong. 2021 is going to be worse, even worse than 2020. You got this COVID-19. Shalakum. You got this crown 19. Stopping everything. And then you got the unemployment that they were giving because people can't pay their bills. They can't pay they can't pay their rent. They can't eat. Because this Crown Royale has shut everything down. People don't have their jobs. People can't, make a living for themselves as they could when the government was. But since the shutdown, things been going bad for the average, for the so-called average American on this side. People can't even put food on their table for their families because money is scarce. And you have to imagine, imagine if they weren't giving out the unemployment. What would happen? How things, how would things be, going right now if they weren't giving the unemployment? So, everyone thinks that 2020 is gonna 2021 Salakum is gonna be a better year than 2020, but these people got another thing coming. Because 2021, beginning of the year, you had the crown and everything that the crown 19 and everything that followed after it. So these people think just because so-called New Year is coming, they think that 2021 is going to be a better year. They think that 2021, everything's going to go back to normal, and that's the problem with our people. Our people, don't want to, they want to, they just want to, be in Esau's rulership. They just want to, be in captivity. They just want to, this is they living, paying bills, what else? Paying bills, working a job every day just to provide the minimum, to these so-called, to the tribes, the 2/3 tribes, that's they living right there, living, working minimum wage. You got, the Northern Kingdom, you got the Southern Kingdom, even though they the hardest workers, they getting paid less for their works, just to come on this side and be 3/5, of being counted for 3/5 as a man. That's what our people consider living. They don't want to be, they don't got no king, they don't got no, king mentality. They don't got no rulership mentality. You have our people have a what's the word I'm looking for? Our people got a consumer mentality, just living off E. Got so accustomed of E, E, the devil just giving them everything, providing them with everything. Section 8, food stamps, health care, all those stuff. Living. Most of the tribes depend on Esau to come through with all these benefits. And that's why, we like that. That's why we think like that. We don't got no rulership or, mentality because we've been so dependent on E. I'm not speaking, for all, but I'm speaking, to who it pertains to, you know, because it's true. But going to this is the Washington Post, and just to show that 2021 is gonna be even far worse. It's gonna be worse than 2020. Because you got families that can't even put food on their table. There was a video, the elder, Manak the Zappa, he was playing the video, and a couple had to decide either their transportation or their housing. And they picked their housing. So that's just showing you that decisions are being made. People have to decide from living in their house or driving a car. And this is the one that we hear about, but it's far many other cases just like this. People can't even they gotta decide. People can't even pay their bills right now. They gotta decide from which one, So that's just to show you that just because that they signed this 900 billion 900 billion dollar relief bill, gotta sign the relief bill. But when they do keep printing out money and giving it out, that means that the dollar is gonna devaluate. It's gonna devalue. And which is that gonna cause? That's gonna cause inflation. But nevertheless, I want to go on this article, and it says, families on the brink of eviction. Hunger described nightmare Christmas as $900 billion relief bill hangs in limbo. And you got there's a lot of our people that depend on that unemployment that they give out, because some people can't work. So if people can't work, they can't pay their bills, they can't pay their rent, mortgage, light bill, they can't put food on the table. And Americans, one of the one of the things Americans like to do is eat. you know. And if they can't eat, then it's gonna be straight chaos. It's gonna be havoc on these streets if people can't eat or provide for their family. You know, so that's to show you that things ain't gonna get, even if they sign the relief bill, things ain't gonna get better. Things is only gonna get worse. And people in the world, when you say things like this to people in the world, they they always, their response is, why you so negative? Why you why you don't want things to get better? But as us, hopeful, for Yahweh Shai's return, we don't want things to get better. We want things to keep getting worse. We want things, we want things to get, worse than what we see right now. So the prophecies could be fulfilled. So the Most High Yahweh could, send His Son to deliver us from this. So we don't want to, we don't want to be comfortable. We don't want to, be living, just living on this side. We want, all the, the prophecies to be fulfilled. So we could get our kingdom. Kingdom. Heaven on earth, our kingdom. So we don't want things to get better. We want things to get worse. But got a precept. In this and it's Isaiah. It's Isaiah chapter 58, verse 1, or Shalakim, it is Ezekiel. And it's Ezekiel chapter 5. no, Ezekiel chapter 2 verse 5, and it reads, and they whether they hear or whether they forbear, for they are a rebellious house, yet shall know that they have been a prophet among them. That's right. The house of Israel is rebellious. The prophets, the true men of the Lord, the apostles to the apostles and elders down have been prophesying. These things that are about to come. The prophets have been saying these things, saying that the government is gonna shut down. That all these things are about to happen. But the people didn't hearken to the words. People didn't, hearken to the words of the prophets. These people didn't think, this stuff was gonna happen. Um these people thought they was just gonna be living in Babylon forever. They didn't think that all these stuff was gonna come to fruition. you know. But it's been a prophet among them, telling these things, because the Lord is about to judge this place. The Lord is about to judge, these 2/3. The Lord is about to judge this place and the 2/3. For the people that, didn't hearken to this word, the people that wanted to do what they want to do on this side. All these people, because our people are simple minded. They don't care for, you know, ultimately, our people are so, they've been so destroyed, and they've been not destroyed, but they just been so, they've gone through so much that, they don't really care if they, living on Esau's behalf, getting a little check from Esau, or, they don't care about that. They don't remember of the things of the past. They don't remember at a time that we were in rulership. They don't remember these things. So that's why, our people need to be destroyed. But, that's why when, the prophets, the true men of the Lord are telling them these things as, go back and repent and all these things, that's why, they don't hear. They don't want to hear us. They want to keep living in a lust. They want to keep living in a folly, because they know, why should we listen to these dudes when, we got a little house and we got a little food. We comfortable. And that's why, our people need to get destroyed, because, they comfortable on this side. They comfortable on this side. So, but when the Lord, um, when the Lord comes and destroys this place, they can't say, they ain't here. They can't say that they weren't warned. They can't say none of these things, because, our people been warned, but they don't want to hear these things, They've been so, they've been so, what's the word I'm looking for? They've been deceived by, what Christianity has. Christianity, the pastors come, soft. When you warning somebody for, say, a bus is coming, you know, you warn them. You warn them with your voice. You might be loud. You might be, a little angry. You might have a little fierce in your voice. And that's what for, say, someone's getting hit by a bus. You'll warn them like, hey, look out, hey, with fierceness. And that's what we doing. A lot of people don't even listen to us, because how the words are coming out. They would rather listen to little Joel Osteen, coming to you softly, kindly, but he's deceiving you. But let's go to Second Esdras chapter 9, and it says that verse 1, he answered me then and said, measure thy time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, verse 2, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Um, and you see that, and like we've been saying, and like, every, all the apostles, the elders, and the brothers down been saying, the Most High is about to judge this place. The Most High is about to, show these 2/3, what He's about, because our people, our people been so been so misguided and deceived on Christianity. They don't think the Lord is about to judge this place. They think they're gonna be in Esau. They're gonna be in America. Till they 90. They don't believe that. The Most High is gonna see them in their generation. But go back to the article, and it reads, and it says, millions of Americans who are hours away from losing unemployment aid or small businesses they have spent years building have a simple plea to President Trump and Congress. Please help us. The Americans, Americans right now, imagine that, your whole life you spent in this country, you've been building something, you've been paying your taxes, you've been doing this and that, you feel like you've been doing the so-called right thing as a American citizen, paying your dues and whatnot. And then look, right now you in right now you going through a little adversity, and the people that you expect to help you and ain't even helping you. They looking at you, as nothing. And that's what, these so-called white people about to find out soon, that the elites, the upper the upper echelon, the elites, those type of people, they don't care about these you low level white people. They gonna let you suffer out there, just like how they been doing Jake. And I got a precept. Uh, this is um, back to second, second Esdras, and verse 3, second Esdras chapter 9 verse 3. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and upwars of the people in the world, and that's what and that's what is about to be seen. And not only from upwars from the racial wars, or that's about to happen, but because the Americans can't survive on their own. For all this long, they've been so dependent on E. They've been, living under E. They forgot how to do things themselves. So, that's why when they going through their situation, they calling for E, they daddy. They calling for E, they daddy to help them. But, he not helping them. And if he do, he's sending a very little, you know. And that's why it's gonna be, uproar in the people. The people are gonna start, rebelling against the government, because the government, government getting paid 10, 15 millions. They getting paid millions, but you got the people, which, who really, help, the government and the society as a flow. You got those people calling for help, and you're not helping them. So the people are gonna start getting, uproar. They're gonna get upset because you sitting back in your house, you doing still the same things, but people gotta sacrifice, and they gotta sacrifice and change, because they can't do the same things, because they don't got the funds. So that's gonna be an uproar in the people. But let me keep reading. The Washington Post has been in, inundated with messages and phone calls from people on the verge of losing their homes and cars and going hungry this holiday, who are stunned that President Trump and Congress can't agree on another emergency aid package. Several broke down crying in phone interviews. Like just like I said, these people are stunned. It says the article says these people are stunned because this whole time they've been in Esau. They've been working for Esau, paying taxes to Esau. Doing in their mind doing all the things that they supposed to do, but now they need a little help, and E ain't even doing right by them. So it's gonna be upburn of people just off that. And you see that it says that it says that uh, people on the verge of losing their homes, cars, and they going hungry. So that's just to show you. You think just because the year, you think just because on January 1st the date changes that things are gonna get better. No, things are only gonna get worse. People ain't gonna have. Even in the scripture it says that um, a man should have no pity on his neighbor. So let me get that. Second Esdras, Second Esdras chapter 15. Let me see. KGA second. 15. 15 and where is it? Shalom. Give me 1 second. Come. Second Esdras chapter 15 verse 19, and it reads, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because the lack of bread and for great tribulation. And that's the times we about to come into. Imagine you living in a community, you living in a neighborhood, and you struggling to eat, you struggling to pay your bills, but you look right across the street, you see groceries coming in, you see that the lights are on, they having a good time. You're gonna be like, man, I wanna be just like that, and guess what you're gonna do? You're gonna go to your neighbor house, you're gonna stick them up. You're gonna stick them up, maybe, and you might even kill them. Because the scarce of food. These people think that 2021 is about to be this great, recovery, this great kumbaya. You got another thing coming. Esau's coming. Esau's about to show y'all that he not messing with y'all. That's not just for the so-called white. That's for the 2/3. Because we know the elect is gonna be protected through them times. The elect is gonna be, the Lord is gonna be watching over the elect during them times. Not saying that we're not gonna go, Lord willing, I'm a part of that number. We a part of that number that we're not gonna go through things, but the 2/3 is gonna be tried in that day, especially so-called white people. Keep reading. Keep reading, and it says, but most told the Post they are not political people and are struggling to understand why Congress and the president would be able to celebrate Christmas when 14 million Americans are slated to lose unemployment aid on Saturday. The government is set to shut down on Tuesday. The government is set to shut down on Tuesday, and an eviction moratorium that has prevented millions from losing their homes during a pandemic and on New Year's Eve. So I think there was a little, not a little, but there was a little program going for people that couldn't, for say they were short, but on New Year's Eve, they got to come up with that money, or they gonna be evicting a lot of people out their homes. And now you truly gonna see when a lot of people are they not in a house, you gonna see the uproars in the people. You're gonna see uproars in the people. You're gonna see, people gonna be doing whatever they, doing whatever they need to feed themselves and their family. You're gonna see in that day, you know. People think that uh 2021 is really, about to be this cakewalk, but little do people know, that's why, going back to Ezekiel, chapter 2 verse 5, and it says that, and they hear whether they will hear or whether they forbear, for they are a rebellious house. The the true, the prophets been warning them, going on the highways and byways, dropping, videos daily, every day, daily, warning the people, but because we not coming in that Joel Osteen, we not coming in that Christianity voice coming to you softly, even though we're warning, but we're not deceiving, we coming, telling you the things that are about to happen. Our people, don't want to hear it. Our people, don't want to take, hearken into the, word. And that's why, they're gonna have to go through these things, you know, because all these things that, have said that's going to happen, the prophets have been warning them. But they wanted to, instead of putting their trust in Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, who the world English calls God, and Yahushua, who the world English calls Jesus, instead of putting their trust into them, they would rather put their trust in E. And that's why E's about to do these things to you. So, that was my lesson through the spirit. Lord willing, it was edifying, but, repent and seek the Lord while you still can, because it's going to be a famine. It's going to be a famine of food. You see it now. People got to go to, they got to go to food lines just to, feed themselves and their family, you know. And that's only the beginning that's about to happen. People going to be out here on the streets, and if there's more people on the streets and homes, people gonna start, home invading, people's homes. They not, like the scriptures say, a man should have no pity on his neighbor, because right now everybody, most the majority people have homes. There's more people in homes than there is on the street. But it's gonna be a switch to that. It's gonna be more people on the street than in homes. So those people are about to start taking action. 2021 is going to be the worst year. You thought 2020 was bad, just wait for 2021. So with that being said, I want to give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rahak Kodash. I want to give double honors to the apostles and elders of great millstone everywhere, and peace, blessing, citation to the elect scattered abroad. Shalom, and the Bible.